Life After the Swipe: How the TikTok Ban Reshaped Culture, Connection, and Creativity, by A. Human. Introduction. The day the scroll stopped. Imagine waking up one morning, reaching for your phone out of habit, and finding TikTok gone. The endless feed of lip-sync battles, DIY hacks, comedy skits, and dance challenges vanished. At first it feels like a glitch, a temporary hiccup in your routine. But soon the headlines confirm what you feared. TikTok is banned. For some, it's just an app, another digital distraction in an already noisy world. But for millions, it's much more than that. TikTok has been a stage for self-expression, a classroom for learning, and even a lifeline for connection during lonely times. Its ban sends ripples far beyond the digital sphere, impacting creativity, culture, and the way we connect as humans. This book isn't just about TikTok disappearing. It's about what that disappearance reveals. It's an introspection into how a platform became a cultural force, why its absence feels like a loss, and what it means for a society increasingly shaped by technology. It's a story of change, resilience, and what happens when a global community built on 15-second videos faces its defining moment. Let's swipe into the heart of the matter. Chapter 1. The Rise of a Global Obsession. TikTok didn't just arrive, it exploded. Launched in 2016, the platform combined the bite-sized creativity of Vine with the algorithmic precision of a digital genie. By 2020, it had become a cultural juggernaut, amassing over 1 billion users globally. But what made TikTok so irresistible? At its core, TikTok was more than a social media app. It was an ecosystem of creativity. Unlike platforms driven by connections to people you already knew, TikTok thrived on discovery. Its For You page, powered by a scarily accurate algorithm, didn't just show you content, it seemed to know your soul. It was where aspiring chefs became culinary stars, introverts found their voice, and niche communities thrived. Yet, the app's meteoric rise wasn't without controversy. Concerns about privacy, data security, and its ties to China's ByteDance planted seeds of doubt. Governments began scrutinizing the app, questioning its impact on mental health, misinformation, and even national security. TikTok's success was both its blessing and its curse. It built a digital universe that felt limitless, but one that could also collapse under its weight. Chapter 2. The Ban That Shook the World. When the ban was announced, reactions ranged from disbelief to outrage. For many users, TikTok was more than entertainment. It was identity. The app wasn't just where trends were born. It was where people found community, purpose, and, in some cases, a livelihood. Governments justified the ban by citing concerns over data sovereignty and national security. Critics argued that it was a political move disguised as a public safety measure. But beneath the headlines, a deeper question emerged. What happens when a platform that has embedded itself into the fabric of everyday life suddenly vanishes? The ban didn't just remove an app, it disrupted routines, dismantled communities, and left millions grappling with an unexpected sense of loss. It forced us to confront the uncomfortable truth about how reliant we had become on a single digital space. Chapter 3. The Void Left Behind. TikTok's absence was felt almost immediately. For creators, it meant losing a platform that had democratized fame. Unlike traditional media, TikTok gave anyone with a smartphone a chance to go viral. Aspiring artists, comedians, and educators found themselves thrust into the spotlight, often with life-changing results. The ban wasn't just about losing an app, it was about losing a stage. For users, the void was equally profound. TikTok wasn't just a time killer, it was a source of joy, inspiration, and even therapy. Its short-form content offered an escape from the weight of the world, providing moments of laughter and connection in the midst of chaos. The ban also highlighted the power of digital dependency. People found themselves aimlessly scrolling through other apps, searching for a substitute that didn't exist. The loss of TikTok revealed how deeply embedded it had become in our daily lives and how hard it was to let go. Chapter 4. The Ripple Effect on Culture. TikTok's influence extended far beyond its digital walls. It shaped music charts, fashion trends, and even political movements. Songs that went viral on TikTok climbed global charts, while fashion brands scrambled to keep up with the platform's ever-evolving trends. Its impact on activism was equally significant. TikTok gave a voice to marginalized communities and amplified social justice movements. From climate change to racial equality, the platform mobilized millions, turning 15-second videos into powerful calls for change. With the ban, these cultural dynamics shifted. Creators who once had direct access to a global audience were forced to adapt. Movements that had thrived on TikTok's virality had to find new ways to reach people. The ban wasn't just a digital disruption, it was a cultural reset. Chapter 5. A Generation Disconnected. For Gen Z, TikTok wasn't just an app. It was their language, their community, their world. The platform shaped the way they communicated, consumed content, and expressed themselves. It wasn't unusual for TikTok trends to spill over into classrooms, friend groups, and even family dinners. The ban created a generational divide. Older generations often dismissed TikTok as frivolous, failing to see its deeper value. But for young people, its absence was a genuine loss. It wasn't just about missing out on trends, it was about losing a space where they felt seen and heard. The disconnect forced a broader conversation about how technology shapes identity and belonging. TikTok's ban became a lens through which society grappled with the role of digital spaces in fostering connection. Chapter 6. The Economics of Influence. TikTok wasn't just a cultural phenomenon, it was an economic engine. The platform created a new class of entrepreneurs, from influencers to small business owners. Its algorithm didn't just promote content, it promoted commerce. Products featured in TikTok videos often sold out within hours, and businesses leveraged the platform to reach new audiences. The ban had immediate economic repercussions. Influencers who relied on TikTok for income faced financial uncertainty. Brands that had built marketing strategies around the platform scrambled to pivot. The ripple effects extended to industries far beyond tech, highlighting the interconnected nature of the digital economy. The economic fallout from the ban served as a reminder of how deeply integrated TikTok had become, not just in culture, but in commerce. Chapter 7. What we learned about ourselves. The TikTok ban wasn't just a tech story, it was a mirror. It forced us to confront uncomfortable truths about our digital habits, our values, and our vulnerabilities. Why had we become so dependent on an app? What did it say about our need for connection, validation, and creativity? For some, the ban was a wake-up call to reevaluate their relationship with technology. It sparked conversations about digital well-being, the importance of diversifying platforms, and the need to create meaningful connections outside of social media. But it also revealed resilience. Creators found new ways to express themselves, and communities migrated to other platforms. The TikTok ban didn't erase creativity, it challenged it to adapt. Chapter 8. The Future of Social Media. The TikTok ban raised bigger questions about the future of social media. What happens when platforms become too powerful? How do we balance innovation with regulation? And what responsibilities do tech companies have in a world where their influence rivals that of governments? These questions aren't just about TikTok. They're about the evolving relationship between technology and society. As platforms continue to shape culture, politics, and economics, the TikTok ban serves as a case study in the power and pitfalls of social media. Chapter 9. Life after the swipe. In the months following the ban, life began to adjust. Creators found new platforms, users filled the void with other apps, and the world moved on. But something had shifted. TikTok's absence left a lasting imprint on culture and consciousness. For many, the ban was a reminder of the impermanence of digital spaces. It underscored the need to diversify our sources of creativity and connection. And it challenged us to think critically about the role of technology in our lives. TikTok may have been banned, but its legacy endures. It showed us the power of creativity, the importance of connection, and the resilience of a global community. In the end, TikTok wasn't just an app. It was a moment in history, and while the scroll may have stopped, the story continues. Conclusion. TikTok's ban wasn't just the end of an app. It was the beginning of a larger conversation. It forced us to question the role of technology in our lives, the boundaries of digital power, and the ways we connect in an increasingly virtual world. This story isn't just about TikTok. It's about us. It's about how we adapt, evolve, and find meaning in a world that's constantly changing. TikTok may be gone, but the lessons it left behind will shape the future for years to come.